Neon towers flickered under torrential rain. Steam curled between blazing billboards. Rooftops gleamed like mirrors as thunder rolled across N3rth0u5. Rain poured down the neon canyons of N3rth0u5, turning billboards into blurred ghosts and rooftops into slick mirrors. On a high ledge above the city's pulse, ExGa11aD0n stood perfectly still. Cloak frayed at the edges, red eyes steady, ExGa11 hanging low like a promise he didn't need to speak. The air around him felt cold, as if the planet itself knew what he was built for. Rain rippled across rooftop puddles, smearing neon into ghostly ribbons. A looming shadow pressed through the rainfall as something heavy approached from the dark. Metal tendons tightened, lenses narrowed with mechanical focus and quiet anticipation. Across the roof, something heavier arrived. A5zard0n descended without footsteps, 3 triangular thrusters glowing while rain sheeted off broad armored plating, hovering silent above the roof. A5zard0n descended without footsteps. 3 faint triangular glows beneath its feet, holding it above the surface like gravity was optional. It was taller by a full foot, broader by design, and dressed in an ever-present hood that refused to show a face. Only 2 circular openings that suggested awareness behind the darkness. The city's rain slid off its armor in sheets. Its hands flexed once, and the subtle click of mini tasers priming inside its fingers sounded like a warning disguised as preparation. For a moment, neither moved. 2 vigilantes, 2 philosophies, 1 rooftop. Then ExGa11aD0n disappeared. Not camouflage, not stealth, erasure. A5zard0n's Krav Maga instinct snapped online immediately. Shoulders relaxed, stance angled, center of gravity ready for impact. It rotated slowly, reading the rain, the airflow, the micro-tremors in the rooftop puddles. ExGa11aD0n reappeared behind its left shoulder in a blink of impossible speed, ExGa11 igniting, thermal glow flaring like a captive sun. The strike came clean, and still didn't finish it. A5zard0n turned into the attack with brutal efficiency, Krav Maga redirecting the blade off the thickest plating while its forearm crashed into ExGa11aD0n's wrist. A second later, a taser-laced jab stabbed toward the cyborg's ribs, meant to scramble systems, not just hurt. ExGa11aD0n slipped away at light speed, cloak snapping in the rain as he rewrote distance again and again, cutting from angles no human could track. But A5zard0n didn't chase like a normal fighter. It controlled space. A5zard0n lifted a foot and drifted upward. The fight expanded into the vertical, space bending to its control. It lifted a foot and drifted higher, forcing the battle into 3 dimensions. Every time ExGa11aD0n tried to blink in close for the decisive cut, A5zard0n met him with hard Krav counters. Elbows, forearm blocks, short brutal strikes aimed at joints, weapon arm, and balance. The rooftop turned into a violent rhythm. ExGa11aD0n's surgical precision versus A5zard0n's crushing discipline. Then, the tide shifted. A5zard0n fainted low and surged forward with a grappler's violence, fingers snapping out, tasers firing. The contact wasn't a clean hole, but it was enough. Electricity bit into ExGa11aD0n's armor seams, flickering his invisibility function for a fraction of a second. That fraction was all A5zard0n needed. 5-ton strength grabbed the cyborg by the cloak and shoulder plate and slammed him into the rooftop hard enough to fracture concrete and send rainwater jumping like startled insects. ExGa11aD0n tried to vanish. A5zard0n didn't let him. It rose with him in its grip, levitating just above the roofline, forcing ExGa11aD0n into open air where there was nowhere to hide. ExGa11 flared again, heat roaring, slicing upward for the torso cut. A5zard0n took the slash across reinforced plating, sparks and steam exploding off the wound, and answered with both hands locking around ExGa11aD0n's sword arm like a vice. Mini tasers fired at point-blank range. The cyborg's red eyes stuttered. Systems screamed. Speed became noise. ExGa11aD0n fought like a ghost being forced into flesh, trying to blink, trying to slip, trying to become absent again. But A5zard0n's grip was a cage, and its Krav Maga was designed for one purpose: end threats fast. It wrenched the katana arm sideways, dislocating angles, then drove a final taser strike straight into the cyborg's core junction, where crimson circuitry pulsed like a heartbeat. The light in ExGa11aD0n's eyes dimmed from red, to ember, to nothing. Kanzo Allen's glow died with him, dropping from numb fingers and clattering across the rooftop like a fallen star. A5zard0n hovered there for a moment, hood still hiding whatever lay beneath, rain hissing against its armor. The armored figure settled softly onto the rooftop, then glided into the neon haze, leaving the ledge empty behind it. Then it descended softly back onto the rooftop, silent again, leaving the city to keep buzzing like nothing had happened, while one more legend of N3rth0u5 ended in the dark. Enjoyed this story? Like, subscribe, and comment for part 2. More N3rth0u5 legends await.